Hello and welcome to another edition of Tom's AccounTech Bytes, your news from the wacky world of accounting technology. I'm Tom Herbert, Technology Editor for Accounting Web, and I'm here to bring you the latest goings on from around the accounting tech universe. So what's been happening this week? Well, I led with FTX this week, so the collapse of what was the world's second biggest cryptocurrency exchange has obviously brought out the crypto naysayers, but I've tried to focus more on the spectacular lack of governance, transparency, processes and systems behind it, as well as the complete lack of investor due diligence. A couple of highlights from the piece: there was a back door to their accounting software where they could move money out undetected from their own executives and external auditors. And also their expense management process seemed to be some kind of chat window where they'd put in an amount of money and then the authorizer would reply with a personalised emoji. So do check that out. All the links to the stories in the show notes. Speaking of cryptocurrency, I may have mentioned our Coventry event a few times already, but just in case, I thought I'd flag it to you. We have a live event, 30th of November, 1st of December at the Coventry Building Society Arena. We've got a cryptocurrency debate on the Wednesday at 2 o'clock between Joe David, who runs his own cryptocurrency accounting firm, and John Toon from Beaver and Struthers. So if you haven't registered already, then do click that link. What's next? Well, we have a new Xero CEO starting in February. Steve Vamos has announced his retirement and he'll be replaced by the former Yodlee co-founder, Google senior exec, among many other things, Sukhinder Singh Cassidy. So congratulations to Sukhinder, and interesting times at Xero. Speaking of which, interesting times and Xero, I'm joining the good folks at Xero for a webinar on digital transformation for accountants. So that's 11 o'clock on Wednesday. It's a fantastic panel. Kat Bond from Xero, who does this for a living, Claire Markham, who has set up and run her own award-winning accountancy practice, Stephen Paul from Valued Accountancy, who is always good value, and Shital Shah from DSK Partners. Should be a really good session. Do join me if you can. Now, moving on to e-commerce. John Stockdyke has written up a thread that was on the forum around the challenges of e-commerce accounting and what some of our readers have been bumping up against. And also yesterday, I ran a webinar on e-commerce accounting and some of the tools that can help overcome it. It's almost like we planned it. Joseph Cox from e-commerce accountant, Ben Staker from Your E-commerce Accountant. It was a really good session, so you can watch that on demand via the link. We had the Sage results for financial year 2022, some really strong numbers there. So a couple of highlights: organic recurring revenue growth of 9%, Sage Business Cloud growth 24%, £2 billion worth of annualized recurring revenue. These subscription businesses love a bit of annualized recurring revenue. So if you take a 12 grand subscription for 2 years, then that would be £6 grand for the year. So a good solid metric for those companies. So good news continuing to flow out of Newcastle. What's next? I occasionally get sent these case studies. If you like a good case study, then check this one out. This is about Funding Circle, the UK's largest loan platform for SMEs, using NetSuite for their back office function. So just a couple of bits and pieces around how they've used it. If that case study is in your bag, do check that out. And finally, Solitaire and Minesweeper are coming to Microsoft Teams. Goodness, well, as anyone who employed me in the early noughties will know, I am an expert at both those games. They were kind of viewed as a bit of time wasting at the time, but they've made a comeback. So interesting times. And if you would like your dose of accounting technology delivered in your inbox every Thursday morning, then do pop your email address below in the link provided. That's all I've got time for this week. Thank you very much for watching and have a great weekend. Bye.